Caitlin Clark has faced significant challenges in her young WNBA career. From the very beginning, there were doubts about her abilities and whether she could compete at the highest level of women's basketball. However, she proved her critics wrong, consistently showcasing why she is one of the most exciting rising stars. Despite this, the skepticism did not subside. Instead, she continued to face harsh criticism and even personal attacks, testing her mental toughness. One incident that garnered considerable attention occurred during a game between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun in June. In this match, the Sun dominated for most of the game, entering halftime with a substantial lead. Dejounte Carrington, an emerging talent for the Sun, played a key role and led her team with an impressive performance. However, the spotlight fell on a particular moment about 3.5 minutes before the end of the game. Caitlin Clark, receiving the ball after an inbound pass, attempted to drive past her defender toward the basket. She collided with Carrington, who held her defensive position and caused contact. The referees called a foul on Carrington, sending Clark to the free throw line as the Fever were already in the bonus. Carrington, visibly frustrated with the call, reacted in a way that surprised many. She made a provocative gesture after the whistle, mocking Clark, by insinuating that she had exaggerated the contact to draw the foul. Clark remained unfazed by the provocation and calmly sank both free throws. However, the Fever's deficit at this point was too large, as they trailed by 20 points at halftime and eventually lost the game by 17. It was one of Clark's weakest performances with just 10 points and 2 assists. The Fever's season was off to a rough start with a 3-10 record, highlighting the uphill battle they faced. The rivalry didn't stop on the court. During the post-game press conference, Sun players were asked about Clark. Dejounte Carrington responded respectfully, giving a straightforward answer about her opponent. However, her teammate Ty Harris took the opportunity to make a mocking comment saying, "It's seatbelt season 4. This remark sparked online discussions, with many interpreting it as a jab at Clark's struggles, especially since she was only 13 games into her professional career and still finding her footing. As the season progressed, fans and observers largely moved on from the incident. But Clark didn't forget. When the Fever faced the Sun again a few months later, Clark seized the opportunity to respond on the court. Before the game, the situation was clear. The Sun had won all previous matchups that season and were the favorites once again. For the Fever, who had shown signs of improvement, this was their chance to not only win an important game, but also make a statement. The game began with an electric atmosphere. Among the crowd were prominent guests such as Indianapolis Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson and legendary gymnast Simone Biles, both eager to watch Caitlin Clark and the Fever in action. Despite the excitement, the Sun started strong, winning the tip-off and taking an early lead. It took Clark a few minutes to find her rhythm, but when she did, she made Dejounte Carrington look foolish with a sharp crossover. This move created enough space for Clark to sink a precise shot, bringing the Fever within 1 point. Throughout the first quarter, Clark demonstrated why she is considered a future star of the league. Her basketball IQ was on full display as she created opportunities for her teammates. One highlight was a clever pass that set up Lexi Hull for a successful three-pointer from the corner. Carrington, however, continued to make her presence felt, excelling on both ends of the court. After a turnover by Clark, Carrington capitalized on a fast break to score for her team. Nonetheless, the Fever finished the quarter with a 33-26 lead. In the second quarter, Clark found herself in foul trouble, forcing her to sit out for a portion of the game. Carrington took advantage of this opportunity, stepping up with impactful plays to keep the Sun competitive. However, the Fever's defense held firm, preventing the Sun from closing the gap entirely. When Clark returned to the game, she brought renewed energy. One pivotal moment came when Lexi Hull hit a difficult three-pointer off a pass from Clark, reigniting the crowd. By halftime, the Fever held a 51-42 lead. After the break, the Sun emerged with renewed determination. Carrington and her teammates scored quickly to narrow the deficit. Yet Clark continued to show her versatility. She made an impressive full-court pass to Kelsey Mitchell, who scored an easy layup. In another sequence, Clark left Carrington flat-footed with a step-back move and drained a challenging three-pointer. Carrington, however, was undeterred. She responded with a three-pointer of her own and taunted the crowd by motioning for them to quiet down. but Clark remained composed. She took advantage of the Suns' momentary celebration, pushing the pace and driving to the basket for a tough layup that reignited the Fever fans. The fourth quarter was crucial, with the Fever entering with a slim three-point lead. Alyssa Thomas tied the game for the Sun with a key basket, but Clark immediately responded. She delivered a precise pass across the court to Lexi Hull, who scored an easy 2 points. Carrington fought hard, driving past defenders for a layup to keep the Sun within striking distance. Yet the Fever found momentum again, thanks to a three-pointer set up by a connection between Lexi Hull and Kelsey Mitchell. With less than a minute remaining and the game on the line, the ball was in Clark's hands. Facing a mismatch, she drove aggressively to the basket, scoring a crucial 2 points to give the Fever the lead. On the Suns' final possession, Alyssa Thomas lost control of the ball, resulting in a turnover. The Fever secured the victory with successful free throws from Lexi Hull. The Suns' final attempt, a missed three-pointer by Carrington, sealed their fate. The Fever triumphed 84-80, avenging their earlier losses and defending their home court. Clark finished the game with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Carrington also put up 19 points and recorded 6 steals, but her inability to hit key shots, going just 1 for 5 from three-point range, hurt her team. After the game, Carrington stirred controversy once again by targeting Fever fans on social media. She tweeted, "The Indiana Fever have the nastiest fans in the WU." Fans quickly fired back, criticizing her for taunting and losing. Comments like, "You mocked and got smoked," "Don't be a sore loser," and "Looks like your feelings are hurt. Take the L and move on," flooded her post. While the regular season matchups between these two teams are over, the rivalry is far from finished. With the possibility of meeting in the playoffs in future seasons, fans can expect this fiery matchup to continue. That's it for the video, guys. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Thanks for watching.